Eric, and all the listeners. So I'll go to answer, first of all, the question that came from Kasim by saying that
Hi, Eric,
KBT.
can you hear me?
Yes, Mohammed, just hold on a minute. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
So thank you very much. So I'm saying to say that KBT has got very many initiatives inside it. So concerned citizens under KBT also has a bill which was to be launched on 1st of June, Madaraka Day, that can amend the article the around Article 257 of the Constitution to give a mechanism on which you can actually recall the president directly through a referendum. But we are still saying that even the constitution as it is can still have that mechanism. So we are agreed we are going to have what is called land, sea, and air attack on that status to make this happen. And looking at what Hannah has said, I also want to respond shortly by saying that, you can say you can enforce the constitution. And today we gave a statement and we said that no Kenyan can get his right until we have the right person in state house. And we cannot have the right person in state house if we cannot remove the wrong person and replace with the right person. And lastly, we have to send a precedence that there is no guarantee that once you win an election or a term, you can stay forever. And that message will also go to anybody seeking an office, knowing that you stay as your
Eric, is it my connection or we've lost communication here?
I can hear Prof.
We can hear we can hear Professor Fred Ogola very, very clearly. So I don't know what the challenge could be, but Professor Ogola is very clear.
Yes, indeed he is.
All right.
So I'm just concluding by saying that we also need to send a precedent so that nobody can ever come to office thinking about 5 years. You have to be as good as your last assignment. So as you are, even for us home, we are husbands. And I'm sure women are in this platform. Women, if we don't perform tonight, tomorrow, we are not taken with the results we performed last year. So everybody must know that every assignment you must keep your marriage vows. Just like if you're a head of state, you must ensure you execute as a head of state in every function, every 30 seconds of your work, and every 60 seconds of your work, every 60 minutes of an hour, and every 24 hours of a day, 7 days in a week, and 365 days in a year. That is how it is to be presidential. And I want to insist that we should not worry about the mechanism. Sovereignty, the Article 1, I'm writing a commentary. The sovereign power, you don't have even to be told in details how to do it. You should just know you have it and it is superior. And that's what I'm telling you. Gen Z told us that in very unclear terms. I even said earlier, they don't have to send you notification. Because why should the owner of your house of the house tell you? Even Jesus in the story of the brides, he will come at an hour that the brides do not know. So just be ready. So if you're a head of state, be ready. We will come at an hour that you do not know. We won't specify that to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Well, yeah.
Thank you very much, Eric. Mine is not about the law. I'm not a lawyer, and there are better lawyer. There are people who are very good in law who are in the room. Guys like Megaya Ketch, my very good friend and classmate and deskmate and housemate. We have, of course, Professor Kivuda Kibwana. I can see also people like Harvey. Mine is just about this whole thing and how, Gen Z are handling it. Look, I think this requires a lot of patience. And as a father of a Gen Z, I don't think that is something Gen Zs are very maybe good at. What is going to happen is this these things are not done in a very fast manner, the way everybody thinks they would happen. We're in Kenya, we live in Kenya, we grew up in Kenya, we know what happens. My fear is that there is going to be a lost opportunity if people go about it the wrong way. Why am I saying this? I think the best way to bring about change is through the ballot. And if Gen Zs want to bring change in this country, they have to start organizing themselves. They have to put the infrastructure in place. They have to form, movements. They have to register. They have to mobilize. They have to give people IDs. They have to exert all this energy in that direction. We've got only 3 years or even less left to the ballot. There are institutions that basically are very vital in elections, like IEBC. They have to be involved. They have to, yes, like the issue of finance bill. I said, I remember, I don't know if you remember my tweet, Eric, and everyone else, in 2023, I said this thing is sumu. It's going to haunt this administration. And that was because of the housing levy and other things. And I mean, eventually, it was 1 year late, but it came to pass. Now, saying when you go to things like finance bill, you have the right, and it's something that affects you immediately. So I actually supported the finance bill and basically the protests against the finance bill. You can use protests for events or things that you don't want at that particular time. But this issue of, let's remove the president, let's recall the president, let's do a referendum. Yes, okay, you will do it. You'll spend a lot of time on it. You might succeed, you might not succeed. If you succeed, another guy who behaves the same way as the past presidents will come on board. Are you going to keep on doing the same things all the time? The big problem we have is a generational issue. The people who, I would even say, ruled us, basically, have got totally different view in life. So if you want to bring a proper change, I think the best way to go about it is through the ballot. And the only way you can do that is if you start preparing now. What I can foresee, and a lot of things I've said, basically, which came to pass, is all this noise. You have this protest, you have the tear gas. The government is going to fight back. By the time you say, I'm going to remove a president from office, my friend, so many things will go bad. And even if you succeed, and for you to restart this country's economy and everything else, it will continue to hurt you. So the best way to approach this is to start early. Put some of this energy into mobilizing, organizing, go get the right candidates at every level, MCA, MPs, governors, the presidency, everywhere. And then you might not even get the presidency. You might not get anything. You might get 50 MPs, 20 MPs. It doesn't matter. That itself is a start. It's good start for change. If you succeed in changing, of course, the presidency, that's also fine. My worry is people are going to spend a lot of time about nothing, about wasting their time on how are we going. Ruto must go. We have to do this. We have to do this. Then you find out it's 2027, and then what happens?
Thank you, Mohammed.
People go to elections, and then you start again. So that's my 25 cents on this.